Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again in this YouTube astrological segment. I'm going to be talking about having a Pisces sun and Aries moon in a natal chart. Now, I'm going to elaborate and expound on that. What I'm talking about is having that sun-moon combination in the natal chart. Having a Pisces sun and Aries moon in your chart. Now, um, first off, the basic character, which is the sun. In this case, the sun being in Pisces can be very altruistic, compassionate, forgiving, self-sacrificing, but yet confused, and even idealistic. And this is now the unconscious side, which is the moon. The sun represents the conscious side of the person, the moon the unconscious side. And on an unconscious level, the moon being in Aries can be very assertive, aggressive, combative, outspoken, courageous, and abrupt. And the moon is our emotions, and emotions can be at times, the moon in Aries is acerbic, acrimonious feelings, emotions. Uh, Now, the way this may integrate, um, the person may bring that Pisces idealism into something Aries related, which can include firefighting, something with the military, arson investigation, law enforcement, combat sports, as some examples. And the sun reflects our basic wants. And the Pisces sun wants to attain dreams, uh, fantasies, and ideals. And the moon is about our emotional needs. And Aries moon needs to lead, to be pioneering, to combat, handle emergencies, as some examples. The sun in astrology is associated with our true self. So the true self in this case, the sun, and the sun being in Pisces, can be empathetic, compassionate, um, emotional, gullible, even. Now the inner self, which is the moon is the inner personality. So the inner self, which is the moon, in this case the moon being an Aries, can be abrupt, aggressive, assertive, impulsive, and impetuous. Now, the sun in astrology is connected with our drive and motivation. This person may be driven and motivated, which is the sun, to rescue and inspire, which is Pisces. And with the Aries moon, the person may do so in a more hurried, Aries manner, feeling like, we got to get this done very quickly with little hesitation or procrastination. And there may be, when you look at this too, there could be, more intensified focus, which is the sun, on the emotional needs, which is the moon, if there is a conjunction aspect between the Pisces sun and Aries moon. Now let's say, for example, the Pisces sun is at 27 degrees and the Aries moon is at 3 degrees. That would form an out of sign conjunction aspect. Now, there's some astrologers and astrology enthusiasts out there that don't believe in out of sign aspects, and I believe they're still valid. I can illustrate through this example. Now, going back, the Pisces sun 27 degrees and the Aries moon at 3 degrees. Well, in this example, you have a 6 degree disparity between the sun and the moon. Now, they may be in different signs, but you still have them in close proximity, and there's still, I would say, there's friction between the two planets. And I've got to be kind of rewind. I use the conjunction aspect, for those of you that may not know, is 0 degrees as far as the exact aspect. I use a 10-degree orb with at least one personal planet is involved. In this case, you have two personal planets that are involved. But again, I do see where they're valid because you have, again, the friction that exists between the sun and the moon in this example with the conjunction. And the thing is, you have, this is, and I apply this to the other aspects too, the sextile, the trine, square, opposition, and the inconjunct aspect as well. Some people see the inconjunct as minor, but I see it as major. Now, another thing too is that the sun is connected with our actions, and with the sun, you know, The actions, the sun being in Pisces, they may be connected with rescuing, compassion. The actions may be fueled with a lot of emotion. And the reactions, which is the moon. The sun is about our actions. The moon is connected with our reactions and responses. They may be more hurried and impulsive and spontaneous, being in Aries. And the sun in astrology is connected with the biological father. And having a Pisces sun, the biological father may actually be a Pisces sun, moon, or ascendant, or embody those characteristics. And the moon is associated with the mother in astrology. So having an Aries moon, the person's mother may actually be an Aries sun, moon, or ascendant, or embody those traits. And it's also about the perception of these people. So with the Pisces sun, a person may perceive the biological father as somebody that's compassionate, altruistic, forgiving, sacrificing, sensitive person, that is very idealistic, but at the same time may perceive the biological father as somebody that might be nebulous, confused, overly unrealistic, ambivalent, very indecisive, and very timid and passive. Now, with the Aries moon, the person may perceive the mother as somebody that's aggressive, assertive, courageous, brave, somebody that could be pioneering, that doesn't waste time with things, but at the same time may perceive the mother as somebody that might be, overly, aggressive, combative, angry, um, too impatient, overly impulsive, and impetuous, as some examples. Now, this combination is interesting because, like in most sun-moon combinations, you have, disparity between the sun and the moon, and, adjacent signs can, even though they're right next to each other, can often have, they generally do have a strong difference between each other. And this Pisces sun, the sun is the basic fundamental character, can be more passive and timid and non-confrontational, but you have, the moon on the unconscious side may be more, quarrelsome, combative, and even more courageous. And so it kind of balances that, that energy out with the Pisces sun on the positive side. The person may be, a little bit more aggressive, combative and confrontational than the typical Pisces sun, even though it's on, more unconscious level. Again, the moon is connected with that inner personality. And I wanted to say, this could be a person that likes to, that does things, with a lot of altruism, which is the Pisces sun, and sacrifices much, wants to save the world, and may, you have the Aries moon, which, could add more courage and more, more initiative, it's more about, doing things more quickly, again, without hesitation or procrastination. Going back to the conjunction aspect, if this is conjunct, I would say it could increase the propensity of the biological father and mother being together during their life, but it doesn't mean they'll be, 100% compatible, because, keep in mind, conjunctions are neutral aspects that could be good and bad. And you also got to, of course, have to look at the individual synastry that exists between the biological father and the mother, their charts, the synastry they have between each other, to really delve deeper into, the compatibility. And this is, again, it's a combination, I could say, that could actually be surprisingly, it's giving, because the Pisces sun, again, can be very compassionate, altruistic. Pisces generally is not, overly concerned with things of material nature. And the thing is, the Aries, moon, even though it's more unconscious, it's more, they could be generous like Leo. So to me, this is a combination that could actually be, a combination that can be actually very giving and generous, because of that. This is a person that might be able to give a lot of time, to others and not waste any time in doing so. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, Edwin Learnard saying, stay well.